Okay, so here it is. This is my modified Stormcharge. I'll go over the modifications and I'll talk about the paint job. So, starting with the internal modifications, I removed the stock motors and replaced them with 3S Rhino 130 motors. The 130 sized motors, of course, you don't need to drill, cut the shell. You can just place them in the stock motor housing. I also changed the physical flywheels themselves to these Worker gold grooved flywheels. These have slightly more crush than the stock flywheels, and of course they're metal, so they're a bit stronger. But these produce much better performance than the stock flywheels, and they absolutely destroy darts. They have a little bit too much crush, but they give you like way better performance. So the trade-off I am willing to take. I'm also running it in the stock battery tray. I'm running on 4 IMRs and no dud, so it's running stock battery tray. The motors can handle 11.1 volts at 5,500 milliamps per hour, so I'm not even coming close to the voltage and current rating for these motors. But obviously, approaching that current and voltage rating, you do risk burning the motors out. Pretty happy with the performance of the motors and voltage, so I don't think I'm going to bump it up, but I'm happy how it is now. Of course, with the voltage increase, I also did remove the thermistor. So I cleaned up the circuit a little bit. I removed the one mechanical lock, and there's no other electronic locks besides the thermistor. I also did a few quality of life modifications. I cut the back of the shell here, so now I can pop each part off and get to the screw holes underneath without having to awkwardly jam up the thing and get it out. I also cut the front part here, so now I can remove the grip here and take parts off and get to the screws. I also drilled holes in the side of the grip so I can access the screw holes without having to take apart the gun. This doesn't change the gun's performance, it just makes it a little bit nicer, a bit more comfortable to hold, and I think it was a great addition. I also painted the gun in 3 parts here, so that all parts are completely still removable, like this. So it's still a stock gun, it's just a different paint job. The magazine I left unpainted, however the rest of it is painted. I started with a purple Duplicolor metal cast purple anodized color as the base coat. I then brush painted everything that you see blue here with this acrylic sky blue. And no clear coat because this is a automotive paint, so it's a little bit stronger, but it's also a little bit thicker to apply, so it's going to last a little bit longer than my regular paints that I use. But the details don't have any clear coat on them, so if they scratch, pop, chip, whatever, I will just paint them over again because it was pretty simple to do. And all the orange parts that you see here were masked up, taped, or removed to remain perfect function and to give it a nice tri-tone design. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the gun. The gun shoots insanely hard. This thing is the hardest gun I've ever modified ever. It shoots really, really hard, and that's because of the motors and the flywheels and the batteries. You can run much higher voltages if you replace the stock motors, because the stock motors aren't rated for the voltage that I'm running them at now. The motors can run on 3S LiPos, but I don't have a LiPo now, but I do plan on modifying this gun again, with the whole reason why I did this quality of life. But the performance that I'm getting and the dart absolutely destroyage that I'm getting is insane. Just to demonstrate what's actually happening, these are the darts I use. These are Econ waffle head darts, and the flywheels have such a tight crush on them that they actually pull the head of the dart tip like off the bullet before the rest of the bullet actually goes in. So what pretty much happens is this part gets ripped off and shooting that hard, and this part gets brushed and thrown through at the same time. But sometimes it jams, sometimes it doesn't, and it can be a little bit caused to my waffle head darts because these are third brand. But if you use the elite darts, you won't be able to hit anything with this gun. This gun is shooting insanely hard. They just spiral out of control. So overall, I'm very happy with the Nerf gun. If you do plan on modifying a Moto Blitz, it's not the exact thing I'm doing. If you just plan on modifying one, check the link in the description box below. An unlisted video I have documenting all my findings on this gun and this stupid clipping mechanism here, and how to modify this gun with all their stupid stuff they've done in the gun. If you'd like to purchase any parts that I use, I'll leave a link in the description box below to Blastertech. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by them, but I just order all my parts from them, so if you'd like to purchase the flywheels or the motors, I'll also leave a purchase link in the description box below to the gun itself. I also record Australian link, but I do normally chuck in the Amazon American link there as well. So, hope you're all up to date with the Nerf gun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.